New smart mode floors have been added for Celestial Tower, so let's check out floor 31 to 35.
7K Dreamer please.
So over here I have all the important masteries. Basically your page 4 is the most important, okay? So 115 is up because you will be dealing with a lot of offensive magic heroes, and 130 is down because we will be using Teo. For Teo's weapons, I gave him PvE weapons, basically what Taka has. For his accessory, he has increased crit damage by 34%, and his jewels are all PvE related. And for his traits, I deliberately didn't pump his crit damage and lethal damage because I wanted to show you guys that it's possible to do it without him having those traits. And for Heaveneer, basically very importantly, you need PvE armor, okay, HP armor. Guardian Ring is also a must. You have to give her Guardian Ring, otherwise she won't survive. For her jewels, recovery skill would definitely benefit her a lot. For Amelia, basically you only want her armor because you only need her for her passive. I gave her evasion, okay, and for her traits also not that important, jewels as well. Yeah, so it's basically just for her passive. For Ace, HP armor is super important because you want him to stay on the field and you don't want him to die so easily. Also, I've given him evasion so that he can, sustain himself a bit more, and also lifesteal jewel. Finally, for Eileen, single speed weapon and double HP armor as well. Willful Ring with evasion, PvE defense, and no specific traits meant for smart mode in this case. So for floor 31, let us look at the enemy description. You have Kagura, who takes not more than 20% of her max HP, increased damage for her allies and heals. Okay, and these are other basic skills that you should know. And for Atalanta, she'll be concealed for 5 turns, so it's very important that you remove these 5 turns before you can touch her, and she also gives immunity to 5 target AoE. So Amelia, main thing is she has 3 turn shield, so you can actually pierce through this, so not to worry. For Roro, she has 5 time Void Shield, so this can be easily removed with Ace's Blossom Strike, so don't worry about that as well. Ingrid also 5 time Void Shield, okay, not too big a problem for the last round, so let's get in. So first up is always to cast Blossom Strike. This is to remove any Void Shield. Ace can remove up to 5 Void Shields, so this is very important for you to even do damage. Next for me, I'm casting Amelia's Response to Crisis. This is to remove 3 turns of Atalanta's Concealment. You can also cast Heaveneer's bottom skill. Main thing here is really to rely on Teo's bottom skill because you are not able to use Teo's top skill due to Atalanta's presence until she is dead. And my Teo has full counter, so that is why I'm not queuing any skill to kill off Kagura and relying on his Wild Fury. So over here I'm using Judgment Sword. This reduces 3 turns of Atalanta's 4 turn consument for this round. Next thing, I'm actually using Blossom Strike. You can also use Eileen's top skill if your Blossom Strike is not ready. Eileen's top skill can easily remove up to 15 Void Shields of Miho, so don't worry about that. Next is Talon Strike. And you see the Wild Fury immediately kills off the Kagura at the back. Unfortunately, you need to you need to reduce another 1 turn of Atalanta in order to touch her. So you can adopt another strategy whereby you can first use all your buff reduction skills, and this will ensure that Atalanta will be hit by Teo's attack, so you don't have to waste time at this part of the match. Okay. So over here, it took me some time. I'm sure you can do this much faster, and yeah, I think Atalanta is really going to wall Teo quite a bit. You have to either wait for his bottom skill to be ready, or just hopefully he does some speed attacks. Teal's talent strike is very strong. Right now, again, I need to reduce 5 turns. Okay, this Atalanta has 5 turns. But easy remove. Do note that if she's the last one standing and Wild Fury touches her, that reduces 3 turns already. Next, I'm actually going to show you Bidam. Bidam is much faster for me for this stage. Okay, but I'm not saying you have to use Bidam. Teal is going to do fine because for this guide, we are not aiming for timing, we are aiming for clearance. Okay, so Teal is definitely going to be a good enough DPS for you. Furthermore, he has so many 5-man AoE, but Bidam over here is gonna ignore that 5-man AoE immunity passive that Atalanta gives the team. Okay, so immediately after you use Blossom Strike, you can immediately just cast Bidam's skill straight away already. Maybe you just want to reduce the consummation from Atalanta and Bidam is really just good to go. And I really love looking at his damage output. I mean, if given a choice, I would definitely use Bidam, but unfortunately, if you don't have the resources to build Bidam, okay, then Bidam won't be very efficient. And furthermore, sometimes when you have that same kind of firepower from Teal, he can clear 5 enemies, but Bidam can only clear 3, so that is a big issue that Bidam will face as compared to Teal. But I mean, his damage output wise, there's really no doubt that he's good. He is very strong. Okay. Yeah, so that was his mark. Power of Hwarang damage. He really can hit a lot. It's basically something like Wild Fury, but it relies on the markers. When he hits an opponent with 2 markers, that extra damage will trigger, and as you saw just now, it's really huge. So here for the third round, I'm just trying to use Amelia's Response to Crisis and also Heavenier's Judgment Sword. These will remove 6 turns, so as you can see, there are no more buffs above Atalanta's head, so she's ready to be killed. Those numbers look so good. I mean, if you guys would love to see a Bidam clear smart mode video, do let me know. I don't mind, you know, putting in a lot of effort for him. So now we are going on to level floor 32. Floor 32 with Espada who have full block and also reduce magic damage, but that's not an issue. We have Sylvester with 3-turn immunity only, which means he can be pierced, so don't worry about him. We have Ryan who has 6-time Void Shield and increased accuracy rate, so 6 times means you have to use Ace's Blossom Strike, which removes 5. Same with Kirill, 6 times, and probably an additional skill will definitely clear the Void Shields. Elisha has 3-turn immunity, so you can pierce her as well. Again, first things first is to cast Blossom Strike. Remove all the shields, make sure they are clear, but you do have immunity, but Teal can pierce through it, so you don't have to worry about removing the immunity, okay? Just go straight into pierce, cast, let him cast his block nullification, so that whenever he counters at like this case, he will definitely do extra damage on someone else. So Teal's top skill is very strong, which you didn't get to see in floor 31 because of Atalanta, but if you use his top skill, he can definitely do a lot of damage due to the ignore defense effect. So over here, my Wild Fury, my talent strike actually cooled down, but I didn't press it in time. Otherwise, I could have done this a little bit faster, but not to worry, Talent Strike still will do the job. So you can see now there's this, the way they program the heal is such that once you trigger your attack, you will get the heal already, because they already can count, calculate how many enemies will fall in that with that attack. So it's very easy to gauge, how many you're killing in one hit. Always, okay, try to get the defense nullification up, the block nullification up, because this will really help Teo in dealing extra damage and killing off heroes one by one. It is very, very strong, and Heavenir actually can complement him very well, because Heavenir's top skill does have block nullification as well. Don't worry, I'll probably come up with a hero guide for Heavenir. I think she's a very, very good smart mode support, especially with that passive which essentially replaces Chris, a special hero. Okay. So now we are going to floor 33. In floor 33, we have Amelia 3-turn immunity, we have Miho 8-hit void shield, okay, 8 hits. And then we have Callahan, we have 4 times void shield, which means 4 attacks, 4 skills, 4 hits to kill him. Miho's void shield are slightly more special in case you don't know. Roro and Ingrid respectively have 5 void shields each, so pretty standard. I think it's just a lot of void shields. Amelia is the only one with turn immunity, you can pierce through that. So with one Blossom Strike you can get rid of 5 void shields already, so you don't have to worry so much about, enemy having void shields. Just follow up with Talent Strike to get the block nullification, as you can see, immediately kills off Amelia. So every time he counters on the block nullification, you're gonna get something like that, which is very useful in helping you clear enemies. So here I'm trying to use Heavenir to cast the block nullification, so that in case Teo counters anytime later, he can easily just kill off enemies one by one. Here I'm using Blossom Strike to actually reduce Miho's shields, so that in my next Teo attack, my Corvus Eclipse, I can actually kill off everyone like that.
I will become the new hope.
So for last round, I'm actually using Heavenir's top skill first, because I want to save Teo's bottom attack for some actual damage. So next up, I'm actually gonna use Eileen's top skill. This removes 12 shields, 15 shields as I said off Miho, and Miho only has 8 here, so it's a bit overkill, but you might as well, right? At this stage, the enemies are starting to get a little bit more tanky, so Teo may not be able to kill them that easily in one shot, but that is also because of my Teo's equips. Yeah, if you were to pump his lethal damage and critical damage in terms of traits, then I think you probably will have no problem with killing off them in one shot. Next we have floor 34, basically Bronze and Brenzo immune to 3 turns, you can pierce them for sure. Then you have Mercure. increase lethal rate by 40%. There's no 3 other magic allies, so you don't have to worry about him having 5 void shields. He's basically naked. For Dylan's 4 times void shield. For Platin, that's the problem here. He has 4 turns Nestra Blessing, so you have to reduce all this before you can even touch him, and you have to try to make sure you can kill him in one shot. Otherwise, he will heal. For Ballista, 3 times Void Shield, not a problem here. Easily removed via Ace's Blossom Strike. So again, cast Blossom Strike first. Next up will be cast any buff duration reduction skill you have. It can be Ace's bottom skill, it can be Heavenya's bottom skill, it can be Teo's top skill. Yeah, anything. Just to remove the Nestra Blessing on Platin. So the strategy so far has been pretty much the same. Nothing too challenging. This is Celestial Tower after all, it's not Tartarus. Tartarus will definitely have a lot of strategy involved. Yeah, but for Celestial Tower, still pretty straightforward. So I'm just trying to really get rid of everything before my Teo starts doing attack. But of course you can take the other approach whereby you can, use Teo to actually get rid of the shields, use Teo to get rid of the turn, the buffs, use Teo to get rid of the buffs. So in that case you may save more time. You'll be killing enemies a little bit by little bit. I'm just taking the approach whereby I'm gonna remove everything, then I'm gonna strike. Clear them all at once. So here, Platin has 4 turns, so I don't have a 4 turn, removal. I don't have a 4 turn buff reduction hero, so I have to use 2 skills. I think most people have to use 2 skills. Once all that is gone, you can start to clear with Teo. So because my Teo is actually lethally equipped, he won't be doing a lot of speed attacks, but I think you can definitely try to go with speed attack and see how that goes. So he will trigger more Wild Furies, and I think that will really work in your favor as well. So definitely try speed as well and see how it goes for you. So for floor 35 right now, we have Chris. He becomes a zombie and he heals his team. I don't think that's healing. Okay, I don't think you will die anyway. So he becomes a zombie. And then Ace increases damage inflicted on you and decreases your defense by 50% and also survives on 1 HP. You have Karma, who has 4 times Void Shield and increases damage for his team. And then you have Yonhee. She is immune to all damage 7 times, increase accuracy rate by 50% and also decrease your defense by 60%. Okay. And for Carl, he has 12 hits Void Shield, similar to Miho, and he protects his same role ally from 4 target attacks. So one of Heavenya's attacks won't do damage, so do take note of that. The other heroes on the team should be fine because they are either 1 hit or 5 hit. So first things first is to cast Blossom Strike. I don't think I have to repeat this. Over here I use Talent Strike, but if your Teal is strong enough, you can actually use Corvus Slash, and Corvus has a very high chance that he's able to kill off the whole team, honestly. If your Teal is really pumped with traits in lethal attack increase and crit damage increase. So Heavenlia's top skill removes buffs, so it's a very convenient skill to use if you want to kill zombies. Do remember that. So I'm using Eileen's powerful bolt here, removing Carl's shields. Again, I repeat, it can remove up to 15 shields, so definitely no issue over there against Carl. Talent Strike to cast the block nullification, so that, you know, when this kind of 5-man AoE skill hits Teal, he can easily just counter, kill off one hero, and keep repeating that process, making your life much easier. As I said, I'm not holding back at all on Teal's attacks. Once it's ready, I'm going to cast it, and if I know it's going to kill. Heavenlia's bottom skill reduces 3 turn buff duration, so it can also kill zombies. But not the 6-star Teal, but there's no 6-star Teal here, so that's good. I'm not sure why they put Ace though. Ace is not a fallout of O. It's clearly a fallout of O flaw. Amelia plays a very important role here because Chris can cast death, and you don't want your team to die to death at all. So I'm actually going to queue for Heavenlia's top Awaken skill, Heavenlia's Awaken skill resets all cooldown, which is going to be very, very important because Teal's cooldown is slightly longer, and I want to use his skill ASAP to kill off everyone. It's ironic that by the time he's able to cast, he already killed most people via Wild Fury, so... Yeah, so that's the goodness of Wild Fury right there. It helps to kill off the cow, even though the cow was not killed by the Corvus. Okay, so that was floor 31 to 35. I hope this video has helped you, and stay tuned for floor 36 to 40. If this video has helped you in planning for your Celestial Tower team, then do give it a like and do subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for that next video coming right up. Thank you so much, and see you!